Guys, welcome from Fort Kochi in Kerala. That's in South India, bottom left-hand side. I come over here in 2012 to be part of a show that was collateral to the first Kochi Muziris Biennale. And I must say I've been living here on and off for 7 years. My friend Mahin, say hi Mahin.
Hello.
He has been one of the reasons that I stayed, and he's a songman. He loves to sing, and he has become a very important part of my future work. This is my rented home. Usually I stay in a house that Mahin has, a homestay that he and I set up together for artists. But that got sold, so this year I'm stuck in this little rented house. It's not very big, and the four walls, they close in sometimes. I've always been interested in persona, and I'd used masking before I got to India, but since I came here and saw how much the culture uses ideas of masks and painted faces, I really started to look into what it was like as an outsider. Can I put the mask on and become? Or what happens when the mask is removed? My obsession grew with masking after I went to the historical museum, folklore museum in Devara, and I saw all the different types of masks. These are incredibly interesting. These are like guidelines for Tayam, which is a type of dance in North Kerala, and the Tayam, each Tayam character has a different type of mask, and so these actually are like illustrations to show you how to do it. And then there's a whole lot of other, if you like, masks that people might wear, or diagrams for painting on masks. Some of them are quite nuts. So I started looking at these faces and masks and isolating them, and then thinking, what sort of things could I do with these masks? One of the great things about being in lockdown, and with Mahin able to actually be the only person that can come to the house, I've been able to encourage his creativity. Instead of him just being the helper, the carrier, I wanted to see what would happen when we were both working on things. Yes, he does a lot of sound for me, but how does he, as a local person, translate these images, these masks, these ideas through different techniques? We started with looking at pastels. I had to rely on what I had here. I'd left some art stuff before, but obviously art shops weren't open, and so it was a matter of seeing what we had. So we both would take a mask and develop our own styles. We also looked at taking the basic elements of the masks and reducing them down. Luckily, we'd bought a piece of electronic equipment prior to the lockdown and were able to cut up the cardboard box. So this is where the magic happens, as it were, overlooked by Jesus. So after we'd done the other things, we decided to see what would happen when we painted the masks onto my face. We had some pigment, which we mixed with water and coconut oil, and that didn't work terribly well at all. Luckily, a friend of mine had left some body paint. We managed to drag it out from some boxes that were at Mahin's house, and tried some more. This was a lot more successful in the sense that it stayed on a lot longer and didn't turn into some strange sort of powdery thing. And then the next idea was to take those masks and to actually start projecting them onto my face and re-photographing them. This turned out to be a very spooky sort of exercise. And then, of course, a little bit of a strange manipulation. And so life hasn't been really easy here. We're heading up to the monsoon. We've had power cuts and power outages, and they're expecting a bit of a flood, and I've got lipstick all over my chin. I have to wear masks. I'm not really allowed to go outside. But it's been a period of amazing creativity, really. And I'm just going to keep going. I may not be home till June, July, August, who knows. So I hope you've enjoyed a little trip through my humble abode, my studio, my mask, my corona masks.